Here we go. PFT Props, Phillip Lindsay, new or holdover member of the Denver Broncos, asked about a new member of the team, Melvin Gordon, and what fuels Phillip Lindsay now that Gordon is there. Here's Lindsay from earlier this week.
I mean, honestly, I've had the same fire my whole time, from first time I stepped here till now. I don't need another man to fuel my fire. I know what I want for my family, and that's what fuels me. So for me, honestly, like, nothing changes. I go out there and I produce when my number's called. I make big plays like I always have, and then I go from there.
Phillip Lindsay's been a great running back for the Denver Broncos, undrafted, lived with his parents, at least initially, because he's from the Denver area. But now Melvin Gordon's in with as big of a free agent contract as you're going to see a running back get nowadays when he changes teams. Over under combined scrimmage yards for Lindsey and Gordon this year, Chris, is 2,300. What do you got, more or less?
I got to go under there. I mean, they certainly have the talent to challenge that. I'm not, trying to deny that, because Lindsey is got 2 rockets up his butt. He's a home run hitter. He's phenomenal in the pass game, the screen game. Melvin Gordon is much better running back than he gets a credit for nationally. I mean, he is a specimen. He is a little bit of a home run hitter himself, while being more of a bell cow, can smash it up in there for a tough 4 and 5 yards at a time, type of guy. But I think what I would go with the under is there's just too many other weapons on the offense to think that, like, it's all just going to be formulated around him. This is not the West Coast offense. We're going to get the ball to Todd Gurley a bunch or Alvin Kamara or anything like that. Those offenses have these niche in their playbooks where they can, like, have a million different ways. And not to say Pat Shurmur and the Broncos won't have that, but, Jerry Jeudy, Cortland Sutton, Noah Fant, KJ Hamler, there's a lot to go around here. So that's why I would go under more than anything.
Yeah, I'm going to lean under as well, and I'm really curious as to see which of those two guys steps up as the main guy, or whether it will be a straight rotation committee approach. Lindsey has been really good, but you don't spend the money on Melvin Gordon if you think Lindsey is the guy long-term. And Lindsey's had some health issues. And the thing about Lindsey, we had the video yesterday of Leonard Fournette, and we remarked on just what a giant he is. Phillip Lindsay just looks like an average guy. I mean, I know he's in good shape. He's in football shape. But when we had him at the Super Bowl a year and a half ago, there's not a whole lot to him, which makes you wonder, is he going to be durable over the long haul in the National Football League?
It's a real question. There's no doubt. Yeah, he's your typical, third down running back. That's what he is. He's really a guy that in the old days you wouldn't even think about giving him bell cow type carries, but that's not the way it goes in the NFL right now. I know a lot of people went, ooh, this might be a detractor or a bad thing for a Phillip Lindsay with Melvin Gordon there. He should be very happy. He really should. Let Melvin Gordon go up in there and smash his body around. Save yourself a little. Your payday's coming here real soon. And the longer you can stay close to your top of your game and being healthy and all that, in the end, you might not get the stats and everything you want this year, but I think it's going to pay out and be beneficial for him in the long run.
Saints running back Alvin Kamara, a third-round pick in 2017, still waiting for his payday. And some believe that he's every bit as good as Christian McCaffrey. He just doesn't get the same reps, the same opportunities to generate yardage. 2017, there was 1,554 yards from scrimmage and 13 touchdowns for Kamara. 2018, 1,592 from scrimmage and 18 TDs. 2019, he dipped to 1,330 and 6 because of a knee problem. He has shifted to a plant-based diet, Chris, for 2020. The over-under, 1,500 from scrimmage, 10 total touchdowns. Look, we make a big deal about the plant-based diet. Tom Brady's on the plant-based diet, and
there's a lot of players.
It hasn't hurt him. Right. For Kamara, what do you think he's going to do? Healthy, different diet, over-under 1,500 yards, and 10 total touchdowns. What do you have?
And contract year, and really good team around him, and yes, was disrespected maybe a little last year and not brought up in the top running backs conversation because of that injury, and he was tough and fighting through it. This guy's a football player. Been around him a few times. I know he loves the game, and he views himself as one of the best in the game. And I'm going over here. I think this is a big year for Alvin Kamara. He's special. He's healthy. With Michael Thomas, Emmanuel Sanders, more being maybe attention gone their way. And honestly, too, I think the time has come for the Saints to ride Alvin Kamara a little harder, too. You know, they've had other running backs there they've been able to give the ball to, but when healthy, he, to me, is clearly a notch above Latavius Murray and special that way. You know, again, I'm not saying he's Christian McCaffrey, but I think a healthy Alvin Kamara is not far off. He is right there in the combo.
Yeah, and, you know, it's never been the Saints' way under Sean Payton to have that one guy who is the bell cow. Remember, Reggie Bush, second overall pick in 2006, when the Texans didn't take him, fell to the Saints, and there was this anticipation he was going to be Gale Sayers. He never got the chances in New Orleans. They put him in that rotation, right, with Pierre Thomas. Who else was part of that group?
Oh, I don't know. Pierre is the one right. Sorry.
You know, but Reggie Bush never got the opportunities that we thought he would have in New Orleans. I just wonder whether or not Sean Payton is ready to put all the eggs in the Alvin Kamara basket, especially because Latavius Murray, you know, he did pretty well. He did pretty well as the replacement for Mark Ingram last year.
Yeah, he did. He really did. And I think Deuce McAllister, would he have been there still when Reggie Bush?
Yeah, he was.
He was
first rounder in 2001, so he'd have still been there.
Yeah, that's crazy. It really is. Now, I'll say this: I think Alvin Kamara is a true, better in between the tackles runner than Reggie Bush, and that's to me where you said it. Latavius Murray's done a good job, all those type of things, but Kamara's, he's a guy that can do a lot with a little, and that's where he's special. And for a small guy, man, can he break some tackles and run with some power. So I'm expecting them to kind of unleash him this year so he can get paid too.
And it was Deuce McAllister when Reggie Bush was a rookie. Deuce still had 1,000 yards rushing that year on 244 carries. Reggie had 155 attempts for 565. So not nearly the kind of explosion we expected from Reggie Bush. We'll see if we get that from Alvin Kamara in his fourth season in that contract year with the Saints. Minkah Fitzpatrick, the big trade last year from the Dolphins to the Steelers in September. Steelers happily gave up a first-round pick and have figured out how to use him. He says he wants 6 or 7 interceptions. He had 5 last year. Over-under for Minkah Fitzpatrick picks, 6.5. Chris, what do you have?
I'm going to go under. I am. And listen, I love this player. He's a ball hawk. I've been watching him since high school and, of course, watched him at Alabama. He can do it all. But last year, just right on the spot right there, he was Johnny on the spot a few times where he just got very fortunate that the ball got tipped up and it ended up being right in the area he was, and he's got great hands, so if the ball hits his hands, he catches it. But, man, that's a lot, 6, 7 interceptions, and to do that, back-to-back year. I know last year he had 5, and he had a number of fumble recoveries too, but, yeah, I'm going under here. I'm going under.
He's a difference maker in that defense. He's a guy that I think that I think the Steelers secretly coveted him when he was in the draft, and they saw the opportunity, happily gave up the first round pick to get him, and it's just he just has the feel already of a guy who's going to be a long-term, highly successful member of a defense that has quietly but definitely gotten better and better and better in recent years. Do not write off the Steelers in 2020. They are always dangerous when the expectations are low, and for some reason, a lot of people have low expectations for the Steelers.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.